Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Fuller Kamara. Today we're in chapter 21, creating vendor credit. Vendor credits, these are for refunds of product, services, or discount received on an account after the vendor has issued the bill and the client has recorded it in Quickbooks Online. They post a debit to decrease accounts payable. A vendor credit can be applied to an existing bill or held as an open and apply to a future bill. By default, QuickBooks Online automatically applies the vendor credits to the oldest bill for that vendor. If the client wants to manually apply credit, they can do it by navigating to the gear icon, select account and settings, advance, then they go to the automation, select automatically apply credit. So once you finish, click done. After we've disabled the automatic apply credit, now let's create and apply a vendor credit. So first of all, before we create a vendor credit, let's first of all create a bill so that once we create the bill, we can apply the vendor credit to it. So first we navigate to the expense center, we select bills, select add bill. So you can see you have the option to upload from computer, we have the option to create bill, then we can create a recurring bill. So in this case, we just want to create a bill. So once you click create, we can select the vendor for which the bill relates to. Let's say Books by Bessie. So this is the vendor that we received the bill from. So the terms here says net 15. The date is today's date, which automatically populate. Then we have the due date. Since the term is net 15, then our due date is September 23. So now in this case, we have no tags. We're going to cover the tags in a separate lecture or tutorial. So the amount, let's say in this case, legal and professional. So the bill is for legal and professional fee. The description, we also said legal and professional fees. So for which customer, if we want, we can put the customer, but in this case, I choose not to. We have the option to attach the supporting documentation, whether be it the bill itself through this drop down. We can either drag and drop here. So once we finish, we can select save and close. We have the option to save and new or save and close. So in this case, I would save and close. So now that we've created the bill, let's go and create a vendor credit. So to create a vendor credit, we have two options. We can create a vendor credit from the expense. Once we select expense, we can say new transaction. Then we say vendor credit. But since this is the longest way, we also have the option to create a vendor credit by selecting the plus new. We go to the vendors, we select vendor credit. So you see this is the shortest one or the easy one. So once we select, now let's create the vendor credit. Let's say Books by Bessie, because this is the invoice that, the bill that we've created was actually from Books by Bessie. So now let's select Books by Bessie. The date also automatically populate. You have the mailing address, the payment date, which is today's date, automatically populate. Then we also have the tag, whether if we have any tag, we can select the category. So this was for the refund. The vendor credit was actually for legal, right? Legal and professional fees, but specifically accounting. Then we can also add the description. So now we can select the accounting. The amount was 75. So this is the credit that we received, the vendor credit. For which customer, we say Amy in this case. Then we can add a memo. We can just say this is a test. We can also attach the vendor credits if we choose to. After we've updated all the information that we required, we can click save and new or save and close. I will select save and close. So now that we've created the vendor credit, now let's apply the vendor credits to the original bill. So we are still in the expense center. We select bills. So once we select bills for review, these are bills that we uploaded from the computer. So let's say we have those bills that we receive in bulk. We uploaded those bills by selecting the add bill, and then we say upload from computer. So once we upload, they will be under for review section. So now we have the unpaid bills. So if you want to apply credit or payment to a bill, we go to the bills, then we go to the unpaid bill, because these are bills that we haven't paid yet. So now we remember the name, right? The name was by Brooks. We select the check mark. So once we select the check mark, we have the option. You see, we can mark as paid. We can also do it, the mark as paid, by clicking here. So if we click the down arrow from here, we the schedule payment, view and edit the bill. We can duplicate this bill or we can delete. But in this case, we just wanted to apply the credit. So in order for us to apply the credit, we can say mark as paid. So once we click mark as paid, you can see the pay here is Brooks by Bessie. We have the bank of credit account, which is the MasterCard. The balance is 177. So in this case, we are not going to pay the full amount. We're just going to apply the credit, right? So now we can see the bill, the original bill that we received from the vendor is $75. The due date is 9/23, but the credit is also 75. So now to apply the credit, you have to check. So you can see here, this is the vendor credit. We can click add if it was not already added, as we saw it here. So that's how you add the vendor credit. That is if it was not already added. So since it was already added, we can select, let's say the client, if the client has multiple bills, we can select only the bill that relates to this vendor credit, is the one that we select to apply the credit. So now once we check this vendor credit, we can add a memo or description. So now we can select either save and new or save and send. In this case, I will just save and close. So now we've applied the credit. So now to see whether we've applied the credits, we go to the paid. So now we can see the vendor bills, the bills that we've paid. So you can see there is a $75 that we've paid. So now if we want to like see the details, we can view or edit bill. So you see this is the bill, the original bill. Okay, then if we can click cancel. We also have the option to show payment. So if we click show payment, this will show us the credit. You see the $75 that we've just applied. If we want, we can click view detail to see. It will take us to that same bill payment. So you can see the bill payment pin here. We have the amount, the original bill, and also the vendor credit. So you see, this is where you go to make edit. So if we good, we leave it as is. If we want to make any changes, we can make the changes and then select save and close again. So that's how you apply vendor credit. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next video. Thank you.